Hi guys, Sci-Fi Recapped here. Before we start, warning. Spoilers ahead. Today, I'm gonna explain a French science fiction movie, called How I Became a Superhero. The movie starts by showing a policeman, named Moreau. Suddenly, he is called by his senior to handle an arson case in a club. But it turns out that he is too late to go there, making a bad first impression on his new coworker. He is even scolded by the police chief for his performance. As a result, the chief recruits a lieutenant, named Schultzman, to become his partner. The first impression between them is not good, especially Schultzman, who does not like Moreau's behavior earlier. Shortly after, they get an emergency call for a hostage case at a school. The situation at the school is very chaotic because there is a student who can shoot out fire from his hands. Besides him, there is also a student, named Lily, who looked very difficult to control her own power at that time. After the police arrive, they immediately think that the boy was the mastermind behind the previous arson incident. While the other policemen plot their arrest strategy, Moreau casually approaches the boy and carries no weapons at all. He slowly calms the boy until he calms down. With the opportunity, Moreau and other police officers arrest the boy quickly. From that incident, the police find two strange objects that are suspicious. After further investigation, it turns out that the previous arson case was not the work of the boy, so they conclude that there is someone else who has the exact same power as the boy. In another place, there is a teenager who is transacting the strange objects. It is revealed that the strange object is a forbidden substance that can give ordinary people superpowers. Therefore, the other teenagers are very interested in buying the substance because these superpowers can make them look cooler. Meanwhile, Moreau chose to part with Schultzman to meet his best friend, Monte Carlo. He used to be a superhero who often helped society and was admired by many people. He was joined by two other superheroes named Callista and Gigaman, and they finally became a trio, called Pack Royal. However, due to his old age, he has left his career. When he was a superhero, he met and worked with Moreau. That's what makes them still close to this day. There, Moreau wants to ask him for help to investigate the arson case. After reading his notebook, he names Bracero as a candidate for the arson case earlier. Without further ado, Moreau immediately rushes to find Bracero. There is a research headquarters led by someone named Naja. It is the research base that produces illicit substances and is also traded among the teenagers. The next day, the police held a meeting related to the arson case. Just in time, Moreau tells the rest of the police about Bracero. Now, Bracero has finally been named as a temporary suspect in the arson case. Thus, the police chief immediately directs all teams to look for Bracero. After that, Monty calls Moreau to tell him that Bracero is currently working at a restaurant in Paris. The scene moves to Callista, who is now working as a basketball teacher. She has a superpower to see at a glance what will happen to a person in the future. At the same time, Moreau visits her and asks her about Bracero. Unexpectedly, it turns out that she knows Bracero quite well. Moreau then asks for her help to find Bracero, but unfortunately she refuses. He still doesn't give up and continues his investigation with Schultzman. Later, they go to the hospital where the arson victims are being treated. The doctor tells them that one person has already died. Surprisingly, it turns out that the patient is Bracero, who is a victim of the illicit substance. The doctor also suspects that the substance is made of human blood. Knowing the information, they have to find the real mastermind. That night, they chose to stay up late and look at the CCTV photos at the scene. From the photo, Moreau accidentally finds one person who managed to escape from the place. They also continue their search to every hospital treating the arson victims. After a while, they are able to find the boy. The boy apparently ran away and chose to be treated at a different hospital from the other victims. It certainly makes them suspicious about him. They immediately interrogate the boy, forcing him to admit who the dealer is. By telling what happened to Bracero, he finally says that someone named Ishmael has sold the substance outside his school. Sure enough, he is one of Naja's subordinates, but on the other hand he turns out to be secretly carrying some substances and disappears from Naja's base. Naja also suspects that he would betray him, so he immediately orders the rest of his men to find Ishmael. The scene moves to Ishmael, who is walking towards somewhere. At that place, the police are waiting for him. Knowing he is about to be arrested, he tries to escape from that place. Moreau and Schultzman quickly chase after him. With good cooperation, they manage to catch him in a store. After that, he is directly interrogated by Moreau and his team, but he chooses to remain silent. The police are getting confused. On the other hand, Moreau gets information from Monty about a man named Eclipso who has a superpower to make others blind instantly. They suspect that maybe that person has something to do with their case. A few moments later, Eclipso attacks the police station. He is assisted by some of Naja's men so that they can free Ishmael. Some police officers experience temporary blindness. Moreau also meets Schultzman, who is also blinded, causing her to fall down. It is revealed that Moreau has a superpower to move or lift objects with his hands, which is also known as telekinesis. He uses his superpower urgently to save Schultzman. Meanwhile, Ishmael is immediately taken away by Naja's men. At his base, Naja wants to kill him with his own hands, but before that, he tells Naja that he saw a policeman who has superpower. This information catches Naja's attention and immediately sends his men to look for Moreau. At the same time, Callista has a vision about two of her students who are about to die from the substance. They will die because of the prototype substance newly developed by Naja, and the substance is given to them for free. They don't know that they are just guinea pigs. It turns out the substance was developed by Naja from the blood of a kidnapped girl named Lily. She is the daughter of Gigaman, and the superpower that is in her body is none other than the descendants of his deceased father. Moreau, who knows this, is very angry and immediately investigates the kidnapping. Unfortunately, in the middle of his investigation, he is kidnapped and drugged by some of Naja's men. Luckily, in his unconscious state, he is still able to unleash his superpower, and makes the car damage due to the pressure from his hands. At the right time, Lena and Callista come to save Moreau, but as a result of the incident, he is shot 3 times in the chest and suffers serious injuries. And again, he uses his power to remove the bullets, so that the healing process can be done faster. They bring him to Monty's place to be treated. There, Callista has just revealed a fact that Moreau is a superhero like Pac Royale, but there was an incident that separates them. Moreau, who at that time was still unable to fully control his power, accidentally made a mistake while trying to arrest a criminal. His mistake results in Gigaman's death. Because of it, he never uses his powers again. But now, they agree to unite to save Lily and capture Naja. While waiting for Moreau's condition to improve, they initially conduct an investigation, and finally they manage to find Naja's headquarters. From a scientist, they discover the reason why Naja is behaving like this. It turns out that in the past, he was also used as an object of research for people who have superpowers. Therefore, he suffers from a mental disorder that causes him to want revenge at this time. While Moreau hasn't recovered, the substance is still there and even used by a group of people to commit theft and murder. In the end, the group decides to attack Naja's headquarters together with the police, of course without Moreau. Naja orders his men to bring all the substances he has, and also he brings Lily to escape from that place. Because of these substances, Naja's men also have superpowers. Fortunately, there is a Monty who can teleport instantly. In the meantime, Naja takes Lily through a different path with his men, but suddenly he is blocked by Moreau. He makes Naja more challenged so that he inhales more of the substance to make him stronger. When he is caught off guard, Moreau manages to get rid of him and tells Schultzman to take Lily to a safer place. He then continues his duel with Naja, who continuously inhales the substance until it makes him uncontrollable. Moreau uses the opportunity to take him as far as possible and makes him shattered and explode in the sky. At first, people thought the explosion also killed Moreau, but gladly he survived the incident. The film ends happily with the arson case solved and Lily saved. Moreau also starts to accept himself as a superhero. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.